Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about graphs. This is a topic in your chapter motion. First of all, we should discuss that how to plot a graph. Although you have learned it in previous classes also, but still we are discussing it. For plotting a graph, first of all we will take two perpendicular lines. These two lines, wherever they intersect each other, that is called the origin. The horizontal line is called x-axis, while the vertical lines is called y-axis. Positive values are taken on the right hand side, while the negative values are taken on the left hand side. For example, in this figure, we can see that x dash is the x-axis, while y dash is the y-axis. If we want to take positive values of x and y, we will take it on the right hand side above, and if we want to take the negative values, then on the left hand side of the origin. The center point is called the origin. Now let's discuss some of the graphs. First we are discussing distance time graphs, and the subheading under this is for a stationary body. So we are making distance time graph when the body is stationary, that means when the body is not moving. Whenever the body is at rest, how the graph comes out to be. For this, we have taken some of the values. We are assuming these values. Let us consider that when the time is 0, that means there is the process has not started yet, the distance is 5 meter. After 1 second, the distance is 5 meter. After 2 seconds, again the distance is 5 meter. After 3, 4, 5, 6, the distance is 5 meter. This shows that the distance of the body is not changing with the time. So what does it mean? It means that the body is not moving, that the body is stationary. Now let's draw the graph for this. First of all, again, we have taken two perpendicular lines. They'll cut it at origin O. On the y-axis, we have taken the values of distance, which are in meters, and on the time axis we have taken the values of time, which are in seconds. For this you have to select a unit also. Now let's plot a graph. So we can see that at 1 second the distance is 5 meter. So first of all we'll put one dot at 5 meter. Then at second the distance is again 5 meter. We'll put one dot there also. At 3 second again 5, एक डॉट मार्क करेंगे. 4 सेकेंड पे भी 5 and 5 सेकेंड पे भी 5 मीटर. नाउ वी आर ज्वाइनिंग ऑल दीज डॉट्स. सारे डॉट्स को ज्वाइन कर देंगे. यू विल सी दैट द डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ फॉर द स्टेशनरी बॉडी विल कम्स आउट टू बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन पैरेलल टू द टाइम एक्सिस. सो जब भी कोई बॉडी स्टेशनरी होगी, मीन्स वो मूव नहीं कर रही होगी, देन फॉर दैट डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ जो है वो टाइम एक्सिस के पैरेलल लाइन आएगी, लाइक हियर दिस ग्राफ कैन ऑल्सो कम इन योर एग्जाम्स. इसी तरीके का ग्राफ आपके एग्जाम में भी आ सकता है विदाउट वैल्यूज, एंड दे विल आस्क यू what kind of motion is shown by this graph. So simply by seeing this graph, you can say that this is the graph for body at rest. We can also find out the value of speed from this distance time graph. We know the formula of speed. Speed is equals to distance upon time. So first of all, we will take the values of distance and then divided it by the time. So let's find out the value of speed for this graph. We know that speed is equals to distance upon time. And in this case, distance, let us consider 2 points, A and B. So the distance traveled at B point is 5, at A point is also 5. So distance traveled 5 minus 5. the time interval at B point is 5 and the time interval at A point is 1. So 5 minus 1, it will be 4. So in this case, the distance traveled by the body will be 0. Whatever be the time, but the distance traveled by the body is 0. So this shows that the speed of the body is 0, which means the body is not moving. That means the body is at rest. Now the next graph we are drawing for the uniform motion. Again, we have taken some values of time and distance, and we will plot a graph between x-axis and y-axis for distance and time, between distance and time. Again, we have taken the values of time on x-axis and distance on y-axis. Now we will start plotting the graph. At 1 second, the distance covered by the body is 2 meters. So we will make one dot. At 2 seconds, the distance covered by the body is 4 meters. Again put a dot. 3 seconds, 6 meters. 4 seconds, 8 meters. 5 seconds, 10 meters, and 6 seconds, 12 meters. Now we will join all the lines. When we will join all the lines, it will comes out to be a straight line. Again, we can also find out distance traveled with this graph. Let us take 2 points in this graph, A and B. The distance traveled between A to B is, at B point, the distance is 12. At A point, the distance is 6. So 12 minus 6, it will comes out to be 6. Time interval at B point is 6 and A point is 3. 6 minus 3 is equals to 3. Speed equals to distance upon time. 6 upon 3, it will comes out to be 2 meters per second. So this is very important. Whenever such kind of graph will be drawn, this shows the body for uniform motion. And we can find out that this speed with this graph. ऐसे ग्राफ से हम speed की value find out कर सकते हैं. Now next we'll discuss graph for non-uniform motion. Distance time graph for non-uniform motion. We have taken some values, and now again when we will draw the graph for non-uniform motion between distance and time, it will comes out to be a curve. Whenever the speed of the body is increasing, the graph comes out to be above 1, and whenever the speed of the body is decreasing, the graph comes out to be the below 1. Thank you.